Kelly Collis. Presented by PenFed Credit Union. Great rates for everyone. Visit PenFed.org. Thanks for listening to Real Fun DC.
Hey, welcome on in to the 5th week of October. Oh my goodness. Kelly Collis, how you doing? How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, but you know what? This is a great day because I have a big announcement.
Oh, what's that?
Are you ready?
I'm
After
yes.
8 months of no school and quarantines and COVID testing and doing all the things, my junior in high school is finally going to his first day of school on campus.
Yay!
Yeah, pretty exciting here in the household, getting him up and getting his little butt out the door this morning. It just brought me joy.
Was he like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah,
or was
like,
he excited?
No, he was like, ugh. You know, I mean, he's a teenager.
Yeah.
It's just everything. And what's really interesting, the way that they're doing it, some of his classes will still be, quote unquote, virtual, but he's not allowed to come and go from campus, even though he can walk home. They are to stay there, just trying to limit the risk of, you know, going back and forth. So he is at school until 5 o'clock today.
There you go, Cal. Enjoy it. You only it's back to zone defense, right? It's you and Stedman on one step kid and one kid, right? Like you're back to zone defense. That's good.
Oh, it just feels so great. So
or
hopefully
man-to-man defense, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully him and all of his friends and teachers will be safe as they experiment with this new process.
Well, we appreciate you getting involved with us this morning. If you want to send a text, it is 703-782-4519. Whether you're listening live at 9 o'clock on Monday or you're listening whenever, you text us. It comes right to our phone, just like Instagram. I spent a lot of screen time texting our peeps all weekend long. So hit us up at 703-782-4519. Only 8 more episodes left until the polls close on Election Day. Oh, my goodness. Hope you've planned your vote. Hope you get ready. Monday, today, Maryland has started their early voting. That's awesome, the early in-person voting. D.C. starts tomorrow, Tuesday, and Virginia has been going at it already. Kel, fun fact from the AP, Virginia has seen a 346% vote compared to early mail-in voting in the entire 2016 season.
I have a couple theories on this. I know that the political environment is pretty charged right now, which may be one of the reasons. Mm-hmm. But I think the other reason is because as human beings, we have kind of like less to do. So going out to vote is a super treat, right?
Yeah.
And my husband and I were talking, we're going to go on Friday to Nats Park, of course, because where else would Kelly vote in
Where
DC?
else would Kelly vote?
Yes.
You can't vote for the players, right? That's not what this is about. It's about president. It's not about senator or Congress for DC, but it's about president and the council.
The council, and there's a lot of interesting initiatives on the ballot in DC. But I'm super excited. We're like, okay, we'll go here, and we're gonna go get something to eat. It's an outing to go vote.
Yeah.
And I think some people think the same way.
Totally. They're like, what am I going to wear? What's my voting outfit?
Totally.
Do I have comfortable shoes to stand in line for 200 to 700 hours? Like, how's it going to go? Whoa! Thank you, America, for voting. Because if you don't vote, you don't get to complain. Only 8 more episodes left until the end of the voting season.
Yes, and the end of this godforsaken month. I think this month was like March to me, felt like the longest month. This is like the second longest month.
You know what? You are not feeling alone on that because we've got an open mic message from Darlene who feels the same way.
Hey, Tommy and Kelly. I just want to say you are right. This is the absolute longest month in history. It just seems so long. And then you pointed out it's 5 weeks, so that helps to make more sense to me. But Kelly, you said something on Friday that totally resonated with me and gave me a new term. You said good gravy. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. And you can say it so many different ways. You can be like, good gravy. Or you can be like, hey, good gravy. So, I don't know. And with Thanksgiving coming, maybe you can even use it properly and be like, hey, that's really good gravy. But so I'm going to add that to my vernacular going on forward. So have a great day.
Thanks, Darlene. I really wanted to use another set of adjectives to describe the month of October, but that's what came out.
Good grief?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
No, you
I think we might have lost Darlene. I think Darlene might have actually cracked up. She spent a lot of time thinking about the uses of good gravy. And you know what, Darlene? You get us. We're glad you're with us.
Totally.
Kelly, I know you've been tracking the murder hornet situation. So what do you got? What's going on there?
Right, when we heard about the murder hornets, like a couple months ago, we're like, is this really a thing? Is this really happening this year? And now they are. They actually found the murder hornets. The good news, if you're listening in the D.C. area, they're not in this Washington area. They are in Washington State. And what's really interesting is that they found them. I mean, I didn't realize that the hornets are not so like terrible to humans. While humans may get sick or even die of sting, it's the way these hornets like attack their prey. I guess they really go after the bee population, which ruins like the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, the honeybees are kind of important, and they're really like
Yeah.
they're like the Joker to honeybees.
I mean, they're like very aggressive. So a group of scientists have been tagging these hornets, like literally putting like the little tag on them, like you would these wild animals. And they were able to find a entire nest in a tree. And they basically like wrapped it with saran wrap, got an army of doctors. We're showing the pictures on our Facebook stream here that are like in these like incredible suits. And they basically...
It looks like a militarized Michelin Man suit.
a little bit. And they put all sorts of chemicals and fire and stuff to like smoke out all the killer hornets.
Yeah, they carbon dioxide it, and they vacuumed them up into a tube. They put the tube on ice to go study them further. It looks like when the cleanup crew would show up on like the X-Files.
Yeah, it's aggressive. But like, here's what I'm so amazed by this whole thing. Like, first off, that's incredible that they were able to triangulate and figure out where these hornets are. Second of all, like, what is your area of expertise that you're called, like, now is the time. We need you. Get the suits out. Get the whatever chemicals and stuff that they put around the tree. Like, it's your time. It's go time.
I want whatever video comes out of this from, and it looks like it was led by the Washington State Department of Agriculture. I want Samuel L. Jackson to narrate whatever the video is going to be. But like, I didn't know that the Department of Agriculture had these like badass military suits. Like what? Like when you think Department of Agriculture, you think like trees and corn and stuff, right? But this is like, holy hell, this is crazy.
Totally. And that's what I mean. Like they had these like, I guess, ready to go. And I mean, because you think about like firemen, right? Like that go in these horrible firemen and women, of course, that go into these horrible situations. They have equipment that they use on a regular basis. Like I just don't, when you think of the Department of Agriculture, you don't think of them like suiting up and going in.
And they've been training for this too, obviously. But like, where's that training? Like, we don't ever hear about that kind of training. Although I will tell you, the photo that we have from a tweet showing the tracker that goes on the bees, the murder hornets, it's from King 5 Television in Seattle. Mike Crown. He is the environmental reporter in Seattle, which, I mean, clearly, you know, Seattle is known for being very environmentally friendly, so there's probably a big beat out there. But there's no environmental reporter running around D.C., that's for sure.
Yeah,
on the TV stations, at least.
Well, I feel like the environmental beat, like you have the environmental beat, and then you have like 17 other beats here in D.C.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Like, you know, there's 2 or 3 reporters that may be like, okay, I'll cover that. But yes, you're right. So way to go. I mean, I just love that, like, they're taking care of the problem because we got a lot of problems in this world, and the murder hornets seem like they have a plan.
Yes, they are. At least someone's The murder hornet. The murder hornet division seems to be in charge of it. But I'm glad they worked quickly too, right? Because if they didn't, you know, bees kind of spread. Like they fly, right?
They said
I'm not a scientist, but you know what I mean.
The nest was the size of a basketball.
Nope. I want no part of that. I want no part of that. That's why they wrapped it in saran wrap and smoked them out, because they wanted to make sure they captured all of them.
Yep.
And then they had to cut the tree down, and then they had to go and make sure that they had to go like look in the tree to see if the queen was there, or maybe the queen and her corgis had like a little escape hatch. So they needed like some little murder corgis. So they need to make sure that that's like a thing too, that they like captured the queen. Because if not, she can just go to another tree and just make more little hornlets. You know, the specialized things that put you in the spotlight that you probably didn't think at the beginning of 2020 you were going to be in the spotlight.
Right, totally.
Like including but not limited to Dr. Anthony Fauci, now in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I love the story. Well, not only is he in the Hall of Fame, a Washington Nationals themed face mask that he wore when he threw out the first pitch, when he watched the game. Of course, we remember that. The Baseball Hall of Fame has done a whole exhibit on baseball in 2020 and has sort of addressing this phenomenal time and this unique time of how they were able to have a baseball season as the season's starting to wind down, and they have Dr. Fauci's face mask that has the Nats on it. So the Nats are in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Is he? And I don't want to put you on the spot, but is he the first Nats thing to be in the Hall of Fame?
I believe there's something in the Hall of Fame from the World Series, though.
Yeah,
Still.
but that's like, I mean, everyone gets in there for the World Series, right?
Well, you got to win one first, but yes.
That's true.
Yeah. So I was supposed to go to the Hall of Fame this summer, but 2020 happened.
2020 happened.
But that's really cool that they have an exhibit and they're acknowledging that. And I would be remiss to note that baseball is winding down. We have at least one more game left. No baseball tonight, no World Series tonight because of Monday Night Football. But it is happening, and it's good baseball. It's really good baseball.
Also, the Washington football team crushed the Cowboys this weekend.
I know.
Crushed them. 25-3. 25-3. Crushed them.
I don't know what to tell you, Tommy.
Crushed them like a Seattle scientist does to murder hornets. It was unbelievable.
Smoked them out.
Smoke them out, squash them, vacuum them up, put them on ice. I honestly didn't watch the game because I was like, I don't know what's going to go on. But wow, way to go, Washington football team. Way to go. Way to beat Dallas. Nice work.
And I believe that FedEx Field had some fans there, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was here in the D.C. area, and they were able to have some fans.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wonder if parking's still $5,000 to park, even in the reduced size of the fans.
Well, one thing is for sure, the traffic is a lot less.
That's absolutely true.
when you leave the stadium. Silver lining.
Way to go, Washington football team. That is awesome. Hey, just in stupid stories, I wanted to just share for you. I was browsing on the old TikTok, and there's a new holiday trend getting ready as we're excited about Halloween happening. We're excited about Thanksgiving, which however it's going to look. We're excited about all of the things, the ho-ho-hoing and the decking the halls that is sure to come. You need to try to make for yourself, Kelly, and it could be autumnal if you want. Hot cocoa bombs.
Grab a bowl, pour some chocolate into the bowl, melt the chocolate in your microwave mix every 15 seconds. Your chocolate should look like this when you're done, and I got different colors.
And then they put them in basically a mold. There's pumpkins and acorns, and then you put it in the fridge, and you put the hot cocoa and the marshmallows in, and then you take it out, and you put another one on top, and then you throw it in hot milk, and poof, it makes a hot cocoa bomb. That's all I got. I figured you'd be excited about that because I'm now on TikTok. And so, Kelly, unmute your mic, and look at that. You can enjoy all the excitement of hot cocoa bombs.
I know all about this because
yeah?
my husband has a tray that he uses to for his whiskey when he has his whiskey with the special big ice cube trays.
Is your husband making hot cocoa bombs?
No, my daughter is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she
Well,
stole
I didn't know.
So she stole his coveted giant ice ball thing to make these hot cocoa bombs. So anyway,
Guess you learned about it on TikTok.
yes, it's been trending on TikTok and it's just another thing to do when we're all at home. So and I apparently they're starting to be sold out these trays because people want to make chocolate bombs.
Good for them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, whatever. I mean,
It
TikTok
makes
is a weird
DIY
place.
excitement. Yeah, it makes excitement and weirdness. And so your daughter learned about it a couple weeks ago, you said?
I to be honest with you, it went in
Right.
one ear and out the other. And then
COVID
when you
time,
saw
that's true.
right, I'm like, it could have been on Friday. It could have been 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, because, she's in her teens and I'm 34. So I feel like it's usually a 3-week gap between
That's true.
things are cool on TikTok when old folks like me figure out about it.
1,000%.
But I'm still young on Twitter, damn it. So I'm fine with that. And I feel like I'm prime Instagram age, so whatever.
It's all about the little wins, Tommy.
Absolutely. Adele hosted SNL on Saturday night. It got giant ratings, like hundreds of billions, jillions of people. That's a fake number, but a lot of people watched it, especially here in the DC area. I thought she did a great job, and I just loved the Bachelor segment that she did. In case you missed it, Adele was one of the contestants on The Bachelor.
Adele, hey, sorry, I am not married to Hannah C. It was just the one rose. You're still in this.
I am?
Yes, girl. And there's like 40 episodes left, so I'd pace yourself emotionally.
It was so great. So Adele played herself, like actual Adele, right? Grammy Award-winning, famous worldwide artist. And she would break into song after each thing that would be like appropriate for whatever was going on. And she was like so annoying because she'd always be like Adele breaking into song and like ruin the vibe of like what was happening. And it was just great.
It was absolutely awesome because, right, like it was like the perfect premise to be Adele because Adele is so known for breakups and like sadness and being a crazy ex-girlfriend that it was awesome. And I spent so much time listening to Adele music this weekend. Like, I don't know why I didn't like listen to more Adele in 2020. She was probably the perfect soundtrack for this craziness of a year.
Because we're trying to stay positive, Tommy.
I guess, but you know what? I leaned into it on Sunday morning, and I got a lot of work done. I was like, gosh, Adele, I've missed you. Hello from the other side, Adele.
I was going to ask, were you more like hello or like rolling in the deep?
A little bit of both. I just like let it happen. Although whenever Skyfall came on, I was like, Alexa, skip. Stop it. No one liked that song. It was an awful song. But she did it. I understand why, because she's British and being the James Bond singer, right. It's super important. Speaking of Bond news, James Bond may be coming to your television. So this is kind of crazy because the new James Bond movie, which is now like the old James Bond movie, but it hasn't been released, and it's gotten pushed back again to be releasing now, theoretically, April 2021 is when we have the potential, possibly, hopefully, fingers crossed, first chance to see No Time to Die.
I met your new 00. She's a disarming young woman.
I get why you shot him.
Yeah, well, everyone tries at least once.
James Bond. We both eradicate people to make the world a better place. I just want to be a little tidier.
Bye, Bond.
Here's the thing. Why doesn't James Bond come for like Thanksgiving or for Christmas? Like, we're all going to be home. We can't travel. Like, give us a little, like, it's already done. It's in the can. It was supposed to come out whenever, with the spring, and then it was going to come out in the fall. It's done. It's baked. Just give it to us now. What difference does it make in the timing?
James Bond, I made a cocoa bomb for you, but it's a real bomb. Ha ha! That'll be the new premise. The bad guy saw it on TikTok, and then he tried to make James Bond a real bomb.
Why are they waiting till April?
Because
Explain
the
that to
movie
me.
industry is mean, Kelly. They're mean. They keep trying to hopefully have it on like a premiere at a theater and yada yada.
Just
but
let it go.
well, so there are some film critics who are starting to speculate and stir some rumors from their sources that streaming giants like Apple TV and Netflix have put down insane amounts of cash and made insane offers for the rights to No Time to Die, because they've been having this like scary thing where like we talked about this before, that allegedly the people who run the companies that own movie theaters are like, hey, Hollywood, go ahead and put it on Apple TV. Don't come to us when you want to have a premiere. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo. I mean, that's like, I'm paraphrasing the allegations, but the movie theaters and the production companies have been back and forth on this, and there's a lot of fear about it. But if like a place like an Apple TV or a Netflix makes an offer that's like as big as what movie box office would be, they're getting attention.
Yeah. And I think theaters are starting to lose that ground when there's not a light at the end of the tunnel quite yet.
Right.
But look, I'll watch it. Here, can I make a little deal with the movie theaters?
Yeah, sure. Give them a call.
Okay.
Oh, you want to do it here? They're probably listening. Yeah,
so
go for
if
it.
they release James Bond this year in 2020, I promise I will go to the movie theater as soon as it is safe in whatever world that we're living in. Vaccinations, whatever protocol we come up with so we can all be safe, I promise to go to the movie theater.
You should go ahead and start one of those like change.org petitions.
Out of all the problems in the world, I don't
Yeah.
know if that's one of them.
You'd be like, listen, I got 400 signatures that say, well, I'll go to a movie, we promise.
We promise.
At some point, comma, in the future down the road. But context on this, Kelly. So the Coming to America 2 sequel, the reports are that Amazon Prime paid $120 million or maybe even more for the rights to stream that and to put that right to Amazon Prime.
I mean, it works. I mean, in our household, both the teenagers watch Borat on Amazon on their phones. So, I mean, Borat and a 17-year-old boy go hand in hand.
Totally.
Which is what I was dealing with. I mean, the little chuckles that were coming from when he was watching that, I didn't see it, but I mean,
I did.
Okay. He said that the appearance during the CPAC was especially funny.
Yes.
That's all I really know.
That was rich. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so maybe
and other parts are just as horrific as you'd expect them to be. So I'm going to just leave that there.
But anyways, what I'm saying is that I was on Amazon just shopping and doing stuff, and it was just being served up to me over and over again. So it makes sense.
Actually, it is funny how like Amazon is like everywhere, and yes, it's probably bad for the world at some point. But I was on there this weekend looking for a new way to get one of those like sliders for a kitchen cabinet to like stack things to save space, because this is the part of quarantine we're in now. And Amazon was like, oh, this is how you can organize your pots. Also, here's Borat. And I'm like, no, that's not why I'm here, Amazon. It's not why I'm here. Yeah, and then even Alexa, my little screen, she was like, do you want to watch Borat? I was like, no, Alexa, I will ask you. And I'm not watching it on you. That's for sure. We're not at that point, you and I, yet. That's not happening. So it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. We got a lot to get to today. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being part of the crew. If you want to get involved, you can text at 703-782-4519. Let us know what's on your mind. We're checking those in real time. Also, the open mic button if you want to leave a message. We'd love to hear from you there. Also, we don't, talk about a lot of like religious news around here, but Pope Francis, man, he is on a roll. Last weekend, he talked about how same-sex unions would be like cool with him. Again, I'm paraphrasing. And now they announced that the first African-American bishop to become a cardinal is from D.C., which is amazing. Wilton Gregory is going to be the first African-American cardinal, and he is the Archbishop of Washington.
Very, very progressive of the Pope. And I just, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I mean,
look at him go. That's awesome. The Pope's on a roll. Congratulations.
I love you put in a banner and the headline here on our video stream. The Pope is on a roll.
Yes. Congratulations to Archbishop Gregory. It's a huge honor. I feel like that is true. The Pope's on a roll. He's just... Last week it was same-sex unions. This week it's the first African-American cardinal.
Yep.
Who knows what next week's going to bring?
He's digging into 2020.
Go ahead, Kyle, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, there hasn't been like all of a sudden there was like a couple of headlines like where now he's decided to do it. So I don't know. Maybe 2020 made him do some self-reflection.
Actually, I do wonder. And if there's a theologian scholar who happens to be listening, go ahead and use the open mic button, hit us up. Someone, an expert in theology, it'd be great to get involved and let us know. I wonder if like papal announcements have like a time frame, right? Like Supreme Court meets for a certain amount of time and they have like a season when they put all the decisions out, and like the Senate works for like a week or two of the year and they get together. Like, so I wonder like if there's like, if he has like a season in which he makes announcements or things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. You and I, not papal scholars, which is why I'm counting on the open mic button for someone to come through and let us know.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be an expert in theology to answer that. You just need to kind of know the inner workings of the Vatican.
Is that like a readily known thing?
Well, I'm sure there's like reporters and scholars that follow the policies that come out of the Vatican.
If there's a Vatican reporter listening, we'd love to hear from you too.
if that happens, I don't know.
What?
I will treat you to dinner, Tommy.
Perfect. You can text us, Vatican Scholar or Reporter, at 703-782-4519. You can open mic us. You can leave a comment on the video stream. It could happen. It could happen, Kelly. You got to put it out in the universe. Coming up, we're going to talk about things that are a little more in our lane, like the candy catapult.
Yes, now you're talking.
How one family is shooting candy into the air in hopes to get people to enjoy Halloween at a safe social distance. Plus, only 3 days away, your last chance to count our candy and get involved and win that whole haul from the National Confectioners Association. We will wait breathlessly for a Vatican reporter to get involved. We'll be right back. Be empowered and save 20% versus Lyft and Uber. Support local drivers by booking your next ride through Empower, an alternative to Uber and Lyft where drivers keep 100% of the fare and are treated with respect. With Empower, you can favorite drivers you like and request them again on demand. Oh, and if you download now, you'll get $10 off each of your first 2 rides. Empower, your ride, your way. Download Empower free now in the App Store and Google Play. Just search Ride Empower.